A new mystery caller storyline is already being introduced, so we'll see what's that about. We'll also get into what's new for some more releases from the company. Starting things off with what appears to be yet another mystery caller storyline that's being introduced. No doubt storylines have been repeated and cycled through many times in history, but to see them reviving a storyline angle that just took place only a few weeks ago is pretty surprising and really shocked the community. We're of course talking about the first mystery caller storyline with Randy. On the road to WrestleMania, they were teasing that someone was on the phone with Randy and was guiding his every move to help bring the Viper persona back to the surface. At first it seemed like a pretty intriguing concept, especially if the mystery caller was going to be someone huge that made a lot of sense to the story with Cody Rhodes. Someone such as The Rock, Kevin Owens, or someone else that had some type of history with Randy or Cody. But of course the bridge fully collapsed on this storyline when they revealed Pat to be the mystery caller. It made no logical sense from a storytelling perspective and was just meant to be a shocking reveal no one expects. And like many fans have said over the last few weeks, just because something is unexpected and shocking doesn't mean that it's good television. And the entire handling of the Randy mystery caller storyline is the perfect example of that. Sure, no one was expecting Pat to be revealed as a caller. It was technically a shocking reveal, but by no means in any universe was it a good reveal for the story. And all fans agree that the reveal and entire storyline as a whole, following the reveal, was just extremely disappointing. Cody Rhodes himself called it the most disappointing reveal in the history of pro wrestling. It was rough, and the craziest part was that the story was supposed to continue past WrestleMania, but reports claim that Pat himself requested to end it early because he felt the tension from the crowd, and things just weren't going as they expected. So they're just coming off of that very disappointing mystery caller reveal that took place in early April, and now here we are barely 4 weeks later, and they're doing the exact same mystery caller angle again on Smackdown, but this time with Jacob. Right before Smackdown was set to go on air, they posted a backstage clip to their platforms that showed Jacob in a very animated call with somebody. Obviously we can't hear who Jacob is on the phone with, but he responds to the individual by saying that he was different, maybe referencing his past or referencing the recent Raw attack on Roman Reigns. Jacob ends the phone call by saying, "I love you guys," implying that there are multiple individuals on the phone with him, not just one single person. The company even captioned that clip by asking fans who was Jacob talking to, an exact copy and paste of the Randy mystery caller storyline from just a month ago. And the community's reaction to this clip all appeared to be disbelief that they were repeating the same exact storyline, especially right after the first one, was an all-time disappointment. Fans just couldn't believe they were seriously doing the mystery caller again, especially so soon after the first one had barely ended. The mystery caller storyline worked and generated buzz the first time around, but that Pat reveal just crushed everything. So it's hard to really get hyped for this Jacob version of the mystery caller storyline. It's like the classic tale of the boy who cried wolf. They got us all the first time with Randy's mystery caller, acting like it was going to be a massive reveal that changes everything, and we all saw how that played out. So now they're once again acting like whoever Jacob is on the phone with is a big deal, but the community just isn't falling for it a second time around, especially so soon after the first time. It's literally been only a month since the Pat reveal, so that reveal hasn't really been fully digested yet, and a new mystery caller angle is already being shown to us. So it's hard to take the Jacob mystery caller angle seriously. Some fans are already joking around that it has to be Stephen A. Smith, Tom Brady, or some other unexpected, random celebrity that's on the phone this time around. So no one knows if this Jacob mystery caller will be handled in a serious way, if it's going to be another celebrity appearance, or if it's just one of those things that never gets brought up again, because that's a possibility as well. They'll show us things on social media or television, make it seem like it's important for the story, and then they just never touch on it again and leave it hanging for all of eternity. So that's also a route here for this Jacob storyline. It's possible that the mystery caller clip they showed with him could have just been to hype up the May 1st edition of Smackdown, and nothing more. You just never know nowadays with the way things are in the company. If this Jacob caller angle is serious and is for real and won't be another Pat situation, then it seems like Backlash is a prime spot for some type of payoff. No one expects Roman or Jacob to lose cleanly at Backlash, so you figure that classic Bloodline shenanigans has to come into play. If Roman is going to have Jimmy and Jay come out to help out Backlash, maybe Jacob has a backup plan for help as well. And maybe Jacob's help is those few individuals that were on the phone with him backstage. Remember that Jacob ended that phone call by using the word guys, which is heavy implication that it wasn't just one individual on the other side of that phone call. It sounds like Jacob was speaking to multiple individuals, and who knows if those multiple individuals could pop out to help him at Backlash. Maybe that's the debut of some more family members on Jacob's side that will help cancel out Jimmy and Jay. That definitely seems like a possibility. So we'll have to wait and see if this Jacob mystery caller storyline will turn out to be solid, or it will fall as flat as the first mystery caller angle did with Randy and Pat. Right when you thought the wave of releases was over, some more company departures took place over the weekend. The most surprising being The New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Just back in 2024, The New Day celebrated their 10-year-long anniversary that ended with the hottest angle of the night when Kofi and Xavier both turned heel and betrayed Biggie. It was the most talked about segment coming out of that show, and it took The New Day to a whole other level for a bit there. An insane amount of nuclear heat for that heel turn and what they did to Biggie, but the heel turn was fumbled and wasted. Nothing ever really came from that big heel turning moment, and it wasn't long until The New Day completely lost all that momentum and fizzled out into nothing. What's surprising about The New Day's departure is that it unfortunately follows the same issue with Kairi's release. Kairi was in the middle of an active storyline on television when she got released, and same thing for Kofi Kingston. Kofi has been speaking to Evans for multiple weeks in different backstage segments, trying to be his mentor and have him join The New Day. But now we see that there was never any payoff in mind for that story, because Kofi departs right in the middle of it. For Kofi, it is pretty shocking because he is an 18-year veteran, but this is the end of the road for him. Also rumored to be on the chopping block was Tonga Loa and JC Mateo. Fans noticed that Tonga and JC's profiles were moved to the alumni section, likely meaning that they have left the company as well. Also meaning that Jacob's attack on MFT from a few weeks ago was meant to write some of those MFT members off television permanently. So MFT now consists of just Solo, Tama, and Tala. Fans also pointed out that out of everyone that was included in the 7-month storyline between the Wyatts and MFT, only 3 individuals from that program remain with the company, and that's the 3 current MFT members that we just named. Waves of releases are always one of those toughest parts of the year, and fans are just hoping that there's no more releases after this, but we'll have to see how that plays out. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.